Welcome back to Cask 529, everyone. Hi, Brian.
And I'm Shauna.
And we're back with day 4 of the Whiskey Advent Calendar.
529, Whiskey Christmas Advent, counting down to Christmas, one whiskey at a time. Have yourself a merry little whiskey and a very merry Christmas.
All right, Shauna, we're back with day 4.
We are. It's December 4th, everybody. Getting closer and closer to Christmas every day.
It is.
But
It's
that
coming.
means another pour from our Advent box. A little bit lighter colored one.
It appears to be light, yes.
So days 1 through 3, if you haven't checked out those videos, please do so because you'll see that we've had some great pours so far. A lot of these Brian and I have not had. Some of them are repeats that we've had prior. But again, the order, we honestly can't remember which order we poured those in. So
I don't think, of course, we don't know what this one is yet, but prior to this, we haven't had anything that we've owned prior to.
that is correct.
I think we've only had one of them that we've had before.
Mm-hmm. Here we go.
Looks to be a
Brian's
good
liking
color.
having his own samples. He didn't have to share with me.
Yes, it makes it rough when you get 1 ounce and you have to split it.
Cheers.
Sweet. That's a lot of sweet.
A lot of sweet.
I don't want to say, I don't know what it's going to do in the palate, but that's what I'm getting on the nose, is sweet.
I'm getting a lot of caramel. That is what I'm getting. A little bit of spice notes. Some oaky notes are coming through.
I get a little bit of char, actually, on the nose.
Yeah, I can see where you're getting that. That's about all I'm getting on the nose at the moment, though. One in. So definitely, as Brian mentioned, it is sweet. This one is a little bit thin.
It is thin,
However, it has
Yeah.
some nice fruity notes on it.
and I'm getting the char on the palate that I got on the nose.
Yeah. So even though it's thin, it's not bad at all. Because it has a lot of flavors. It has some caramel. It has the fruit notes. It has a little bit of a char on it. I'm going to say this is probably between 90 and 93 proof.
I'm getting one I haven't got for a while, and that's table grape. I'm getting table grapes on it.
Okay. I completely agree with that. I was trying to decipher
It's-
what I was
It's
getting.
like when you bite into a table grape and it's kind of cool and refreshing. I'm getting that
Yep.
on the palate with this.
Completely agree with you on that.
Hey guys, I apologize. I don't know if you hear this. We are shooting this in a different location because we wanted the Christmas tree background. We are actually right on the other side of the wall from the furnace. And this is the first day that we've been shooting these that the furnace decided to run. So if you hear that, I apologize.
Hopefully it's just little hum in the background. We're actually on the other side of the bar. Not too far away. But it was a perfect spot for the tree.
Yeah. Last year, we had no reason to shoot over here by the tree.
Yeah.
I imagine we were making videos down here a year ago.
Nope, we finished
Were
the
we
basement
still-
right at Christmas time.
Okay. That's right.
We did.
Yeah, it was around the 17th or something like that, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So, as sweet as that is, it has that char on it that's actually going to bump the score back up a little bit for me.
Okay.
I'm probably going to be back up around a 78 on that.
You're going to be at 78 on it?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so. Because it lends that whiskey bourbon taste a little more. than the couple sweeter ones we've had.
Okay. I am actually going to score a little bit lower than the ones I've scored previously.
Okay.
I am going to give it a 73.
Wow.
And still a good score. However, it's just kind of light and thin for me. It's very pleasant on the palate. There's nothing abrasive or sour or ethanol-y about it. It's really good. However, it's just kind of thin, light notes. It does have good notes, some caramel, the grape note that you mentioned. It's very sweet, has a nice little char to it, but it's so thin for me. And that's why I've knocked it down to 73. Obviously, our palates are completely different. We barely ever score anything the same, honestly.
That's true.
And so for Brian, it's scoring a little bit higher.
And I will agree that it's probably the thinnest that we've had so far during the Advent box.
But it is very good.
It just gives, for me, it gives some of those traits that I enjoy in my whiskeys or bourbons. And that char is one of those things.
Yep.
It is sweet. It's still sweet.
Yeah.
But that char helps it for me.
Yep.
It raises it a little bit.
Yeah. And like I said, nothing off-putting about this at all. It's very pleasant, but to me, I couldn't score it the same as I scored the last 2 days at 75 just because it just didn't have that little bit of oomph that I like
Yeah.
with it.
Yeah, I get that. So 4 days in, of course, we don't know what we're having yet. Let's do that first.
Yeah, let's do that as soon as I'm having a hard time getting these out of the cart.
Trying
All
to
right.
read the cards in the envelopes.
And this makes perfect sense. Honestly, you're not going to be shocked when I tell you this. So this is Blanton's Single Barrel, 93 proof, dumped on April 27, 2023, barrel number 435, warehouse H, Rick number 5.
So the sweetness is
Yep.
perfectly explained because Blanton's, I think, is one of the things that makes that a bottle we don't go to on a regular basis is the fact that it's so sweet.
Right, but it is thin.
It's
In
thin.
fact, I will tell you, because they're all single barrels, so they all taste a little bit different. I will tell you, this may be one of the better Blanton bottles that I've tasted, because this was a brand new bottle that we used to fill these. I will tell you that I kind of like it now that I know it is Blanton's. We've went through several bottles of Blanton's over the last few years. I think this was probably almost the best Blanton's we've had.
That's to beat the one that we poured in the decanter out there has to be pretty good. But guys, if you're Blanton's fans, we apologize.
It's not that we're not.
It's not that we hate it. It's just not.
Our go-to.
Yeah, that's just not our go-to. Now, of course, this is about the Advent, but along the Blanton's lines, Blanton's that we own, the straight from the barrel, in our opinion, I think is probably our best Blanton's. And we have gold, which I think gold is even sweeter than this. So through day 4, what do you think so far?
So I would have to say right now, they've all been good pours. I can't
Yeah.
complain. I feel like they've all been,
You haven't poured
They've
us
been
in the
fun.
garbage yet.
I have not. And I will tell you that I so far, and we're writing down our score so that we can, keep track of which one was our favorite at the end. Right now, Frey Ranch, the on day 1 has been my favorite. However, these ones are coming in.
When you think back to day 1, there has been absolutely no comparison
No, there has not.
from Frey Ranch on day 1 to the rest. Everything's been great. Mm-hmm. But that Frey Ranch I can't believe you. Of course, you didn't know because we'd never had it.
Yeah, we hadn't had it. So
Obviously, I don't think if you knew that's not a bottle you'd start us with. You'd work up to that bad boy. But guys, if you would hit the like button, we'd appreciate that. If you have not already hit the subscribe button, please do that. And drop us a comment. Let us know what you think. We've got a pretty good idea what most everybody thinks about Blanton's, but Throw us your thoughts.
Let us know what your score is if you're drinking, following along with the Advent.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Please let us know. And are you enjoying the Advent? Are you going to be looking forward next year? So with that, all I would like to say is have yourselves a merry little whiskey.
And a very merry holiday season.
5:29, whiskey Christmas Advent, counting down to Christmas, one whiskey at a time. Have yourself